I played Honkai Star Rail for 11 hours, and was it really as good as people say it is? The first scene was with this waifu named Kafka. She had sunglasses glued to her fringe and she played classical music with an invisible violin. And then there were these explosions and people were running everywhere! And then this other chick, Silverwolf, she had the tiniest shorts, and there were more explosions and more panicking, more dead robots, and people were running everywhere! Kafka slurred like she was on something.
Doesn't sound very interesting.
And they kept talking about these things that I had no idea about. I kept thinking, is Kafka a giant? Look how much taller she is than Silverwolf. Then they wanted me to choose if I should be a bloke or a babe, and having to stare at a waifu all day will make my thingy feel funny, so I chose to be a bloke. But this wasn't the end. The more I played, the more confused I got. There was so much to absorb, so many items and mechanics with no explanation, and as a person who's busy with thrice a day nap times, I didn't have the patience. I had no idea how leveling worked, light cones, eidolons, and because my phone is small, I had trouble reading all the text. I'm 145 years old, for f***'s sakes! So I stopped. I lived life. I breathed the air. I spoke to real people. I showered. But one day, this all changed. Honkai came out on PS5. I gave it a second chance, baby. And before diving back in, I watched YouTube video after YouTube video explaining the lore, aeons, and everything else. Finally, I saw the Matrix. Now, all those tricky tidbits made sense. I figured out a bunch of important stuff that I glossed over at first. Like, stick to only 2 teams, light cones are important because they're like Honkai's version of weapons in other games, the little icons above the enemies are the weaknesses, and a quick way to find out if a character is a 5-star or a 4-star is to see if they have a gold circle around them. Gold circle means 5, purple means crap. I know this sounds simple, but I couldn't figure it out, and purple doesn't always mean crap. And I discovered there were a bunch of freebies if I did the daily tasks, downloaded the HoYoverse app and did daily check-in, and googled monthly redeem codes. Mom, when did games start giving us this much homework? And after all that, it all clicked! Behind the Big Melon waifus is actually a great game with deep lore, stunning soundtrack, decent anime style voice acting, Big Melon waifus, and I murdered a bunch of robots! I can't believe a game of this scale is completely free! Unless you're a gacha gambling addict. Back to another Eden.